Getting better together on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and social media accounts. Yeah, that's a possibility for my theme song. I mean, it sounds great, let's be honest. Maybe some BGVs thrown in there, some synth. I think it's a winner. Anywho, we are working on. Remember, I said I was going to give you a video on my advantages. So, like I say, when I made this, I want to be very transparent in how I am making it and what you're seeing, and if you should be genuinely inspired by it. Nothing is worse than seeing people go on the road and be full-time RVers, start their own business, get jacked, whatever the video shtick is, and then you find out like they were loaded or like they were sponsored, and you're like, oh, well, obviously you can do that. Anyone can. So I want to be very transparent with my advantages, and I have a couple. Not many, but I do have a couple. The first one, the very obvious one, is the body I'm starting with. I'm not starting from scratch. I have muscle memory. I've been working out since I've been 15. I spent about probably 10 years being very serious about it, and about 3 of those years having a pretty decent competition-esque shaped body. That started to deteriorate around 2013 when I went to work in a mine with night shifts in Fort McMurray. Everything deteriorated at that point. So from 2013 until now, it's just really started to not be amazing anymore. But I do have muscle memory. I know what I'm doing. I'm a personal trainer. I have some strength left, for sure. And I know the mechanics of working out. So if you're starting on a clean slate, a fresh canvas, and you're wondering if we're on the same level, we're not. I actually do have a bit of advantage there. But my workouts are going to be bare bones, simple, and easy to follow. The gym I have is an advantage. If you have a home gym, most likely it might not be as good as mine. It might be better, no doubt, but you might just have like a Bowflex, a couple random dumbbells, maybe not much. If you don't have much in terms of weight, it's going to be really hard to keep up because we're doing resistance training to get jacked. The gym is definitely an advantage I have. I hope. Oh, I said I was going to tell you the price of that thing, right? I'm going to do a better video where I comprehensively go through that thing downstairs, everything I have. I missed out on a couple things, and tell you the price. So you actually know. It's not a lot. It's less than $1,500 or $1,600, I think, and you can probably do lower and still get the same sort of thing. So support. I have support. I actually got a decent family unit going on, so no one's working against me here. Maybe you might not have anyone in your life who would care that you're doing something, besides for like Facebook likes and garbage like that. I have genuine people I know that are rooting for me to do this, and whatever I do at home, the time restraint that's put on it, the time preference is put on it to do it, even these little silly videos, I got support for that. My kids are being quiet for me right now just so I can do this. I have a supplement stockpile. Now, it's not as grandiose as it sounds, but several years ago, I knew I was going to go bankrupt at some point. That's another story. But I knew at some point I would not be able to afford supplements, like regular groceries, let alone swanky powders. So I started to stockpile, knowing this was coming, because it was inevitable, and it did come. So I have enough whey protein, multi-use protein, multi-blend, not multi-use, multi-blend protein, pre-workouts, BCAAs, and creatine type stuff to get me through this little journey. So if you're a broker than I am, or on the same level, then that wouldn't be in your budget. These, not amazing, I understand, but I was almost born with them, fresh from the womb. I've always had biceps and like little baseballs in my arm. So if you see these guns get magnificent, which I hope they do, that's genetic predisposition. The rest of my body not, but for some reasons I've always had some little pop in the arm there, especially that little gap between the elbow and there. You can't make that, so don't try. that bicep gap is genetics. I'm naturally aerobically predisposed, I suppose. I have a disposition towards being very good at cardiovascular activity. So that's again genetics and what I am. So working out, I was never really good at working out. That was completely against the grain. But running, yeah, that's sort of just what I could do if I wanted to without trying. And a personal chef, my wife. She's wonderful. She's the best cook I've ever known. And if she wasn't doing this for me, I would not be eating good food at all. When I was in competition shape, I was eating it's barely food. Like it's raw, non-processed. Like a chicken breast with a glass of water and just swallow it. So yeah, that's my advantages. I have some disadvantages as well. Like I say, I have a gym, which is an advantage, but I'm not going to a gym. Not when this foolishness is going on. Even though they just opened here at least, I'm not dealing with that garbage. So if you have any gym, any health club, it's better than what I have. So a disadvantage, sort of. My back. My back is squish and curved in. Yeah, all around bad. Like if you could trade them in, I'd definitely get anything better than this. So if I lie on the ground and I drop my arms back behind me, this arm here will float in the air or off the ground, probably that high. So I mean, there's a huge imbalance there, and it carries over to almost every exercise. Like I'll feel things where people shouldn't feel them. Things will hurt that are just regular. Injuries, I have a bum knee here. I'm always wearing sleeves. I've blown my hamstring twice. I have a propensity to getting tennis elbow. So I do play tennis, so it kind of makes sense. It's not ironic. But if I'm not careful about balancing my body's strength in all the little parts, and I try to get super strong, say in just like arms or shoulders without focusing on everything, this will act up, and that puts me out of the game. My age, I'm 39. Things don't work good anymore. Like when I get hurt, It sucks. And when I eat treats, which I do, which that gotta change, but I do at the moment, they go right there. Not in this shirt, in my body. Yeah. So that's most of my advantages, disadvantages. I did put 6 pictures on Instagram. I do have an Instagram link in my Facebook profile. I just did that. I think that's right. How you do it? I don't really know. So on Instagram, the real MCat, as it sounds, you'll see 3 pictures. 3 are as relaxed as possible. Not as possible, relaxed as normal. And 3 are as good as my body can get. So I'm actually flexing hard. So you're not seeing, like I said before, those pictures where like you're slouching and pushing stuff out, looking gross. And then the next shot, you're looking amazing. I'm trying to look as normal as I look every day, as best as I can look today, and then we'll compare as we go. So, yeah, that's it for this video. It's June 11th, and I hope I've been looking at the right camera, or I'm going to be looking in the wrong direction. So yeah, have a good night. June 11th.